Hello, my name is Fredamian Maracapo, and I'm going to read to you a story I made. In search of a last adventure. Once upon a time, around the 90s, there was this Mexican guy, handsome, tall. He could speak like seven languages. He was a very wise person, and I didn't know why because he was around 30 years old. When I asked him his age, he said he had 900 years old. So I laughed a lot. But when I saw that he was saying it for real, so I asked how would he prove that he had that age? He answered that he was the last human on earth, and then he walked away. I've never seen him again until today, 30 years later. What astonished me the most is that he looked the same way as 30 years before, and myself was a man of 60 years old, and that any kid would say that I'm an old man. So at that moment, I started believing that what he had told me years before was true. I got crazy and started my research about this man. How could he look the same way after so much time? After a week of searching and my house being a mess, I found something. I found a register of the government of Mexico about his nation's letter. It appeared he had born in the year 1004. The first I did was buy a flight to the city of Mexico where he was born. Somehow when I arrived, I see him at the airport, but he disappeared from one moment to another. When I get where it said he lived, there was anyone except his neighbor, and a small guy, a little fat, brown skin, and drinking a beer. Typical Mexican guy. I asked him how about this man. I asked him about this man, and he told me that his little daughter once saw a lot of light coming from the inside of his house. So I got into his house. There I found this type of machine that occupied all the second floor. I turned I turned it on, and from one second to another I was in the same house, but it seems to be destroyed. Then the man approached me and told me, "Welcome to the end of human being." He explained me that when he was 30 years old, the USA government experimented with him and made him and another five persons eternal. That was the why. That was the why he always looks the same way. But at the same time, the government made an explosion so big that the radiation and almost every human um, disappeared. So he made a time machine so he could see how he could save the human race. That's everything.